a feed in front of the net, and now he's going to stop, turn around. That's Jack Fortescue working with it, and now Jackson Choi on the boards, feed across, broken up there for a moment by Baxter. Now behind the net with it for the Gators. Feed to Choi. Choi with a shot wide of the net. Rebound goes Florida's way, but they can't get a solid stick on it. Fighting for it behind. Pass all the way back to the blue line. And now working their way in. Gators with a shot to Moyen, save, and he's able to scoop it up. Some great goalie work by Tyler Tamoyan, and we really just saw him turn the switch on in that second period. It was a little rocky in the first period, and then at the start of the second, but really after that second goal, something turned on, and he has just been electric in net for South Carolina.
Yeah, his glove has picked up speed. He's been quick. Saw that windmill save from the second.
South Carolina won the faceoff. Riggins takes a fall, though. Now the Gators back with it. A shot here, pad saved by Tamoyan once again. That was Michael Calabrese on the shot. Now here's Calabrese again with the puck. Pass to Horwitz. The Gators trying to slow the play down a little bit. It's been pretty fast-paced. Horwitz to Calabrese. Feed in front for Katz. Katz will go behind the net, has a man there from the wing. Here's a shot wide right, and it will skate all the way out of the offensive zone, and Florida will have to regroup.
30 seconds left on this penalty. If I'm the Florida head coach, Frank Pasquale, I'm sending him in quickly. I need something on the fly with the man advantage here. You're down a goal now. You can't play conservative anymore.
Trying to feed it in front, broken up by South Carolina, kept in at the blue line. But now they're able to get it out. Good job there by John Riggins, wreaking some havoc here at neutral ice. Horwitz was trying to keep it in, and a quick wrist shot there, saved by Zachary Shield.
Yeah, so Shield with his 21st save of the night. He's putting up those numbers and needs to keep his team in it here defensively. Great offensive possession, but 0 for 4 on the power play tonight from the Gators. Pending these 3 seconds, but they're in their own zone, so I'd be very shocked.
Yeah, luckily that was not premature. Their 4th penalty kill on the night, so impressive work by South Carolina, who really looked outmatched by Florida in that first period. As we're seeing some tangling going on in this near corner. Riggins trying to put some pressure on offensively. Kept in the zone by Dunphy. Dunphy loses the puck for a second, and now he really loses it after taking a big hit there. And the Gators will go back to work. And they are going to blow the play dead. I might have been offsides.
Indeed it was.
Yeah, so an offsides call on the Gators. It's going to be a face-off.
So Gamecocks kill that 4th penalty. That was Owen Noonan coming out of the box. Still unsure for what it was. I must have missed it. I was probably looking at something else, but
yeah, I was checking out our camera.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you're joining us here tonight on SGTV. Hockey season back in full swing, and you won't miss a home cock hockey game if you subscribe.
Yeah, and subscribe to SGTV, and you also can check out Austin and my new sports show, The Student Section, airing every Friday starting next week. Little self-plug there.
There we go.
Me. As here's Enzo Vanelli working with it. Vanelli to Stickley. Stickley with a wrist shot. Saved by Zachary Shield. It rolls off his shoulder and over the net. Now in the far corner, it's Enzo Vanelli working with it, trying to find somewhere to go with it. Backhand pass, feed across to an open Dunphy, but he can't get a stick on it, able to kick it into the corner to himself.
I mean, that was a bullet from across the rink. I can't believe that got all the way through. What a great look there.
Stickley over to Tommy Marvin. Back to Stickley, Stickley behind the net. Pressured by the Gator defense, and they knock him down to the ice. And they will blow the play dead.
A little hand pass action.
I don't even know how that could be a hand pass. He was on the ground, but...
And he had a guy on top of him, and he couldn't even move. But Stripes have called a good game tonight.
No, yeah, I won't be too mean. I won't be too mean.
And even in that, that high-energy second period where it felt like everybody was getting hit at every chance, they did a great job getting a hold of this game. And Now here in the third period, both teams haven't been as physical. They're just really trying to, I mean, now Florida's just trying to score as many chances as they can to tie this game back up, and Carolina's trying to put the dagger.
I think it'd be a different story if South Carolina didn't net those 2 goals at the start, but it definitely has been a lot cleaner in this third period with just 11:24 and counting remaining. Good defense there by DuBois.
Tough bounce off the boards there.
Feet in front, nobody's home for the Florida Gators. It'll go all the way around the net again. That's Carson Scove. And now with it is Owen Noonan. Noonan will hit it in, stopped by Shield off the foot of the referee. And the Gators bringing it up the ice. It's Sheets. Sheets working his way in. Brings it all the way around. Pass off the boards in front, looking for his man, fires a pass, and it's broken up in front of the net.
He was really hesitant on that pass, just trying to see if it'll work. I really like the idea for Edwards there to try that, though. That's a great look.
Marchesi just dumps it into the zone.
Down 1 as we reach kind of midway point of this third period. Final 10.5 minutes to go. You'll kind of start trying anything. You know, you don't want to, again, you don't want to get too wild or too crazy with it. But you can start trying to feed those passes that you normally wouldn't feed in the early first period.
Yeah, they're going to call an icing there on South Carolina, so it's going to be a face-off in their zone with 10:25 remaining. South Carolina leads 3-2 after 2 goals in the first 25 seconds of the third period. It's going to be Pushkar in that face-off for South Carolina. Florida winds up with it. Pass in front, and Tamoyan is there to scoop it up. A great save on the wraparound attempt. Bopped it up in the air and caught it midair. And that'll be another face-off. Pushkar in the face-off circle again, along with Liam Lickeshaw. Horwitz trying to look for Katz there, but Lickeshaw with it. And now here's Baxter. Good leading pass for Angelo Cascignano. And some true manhandling in that corner there by Florida. The referees are going to blow the play dead, and there's definitely a call there. They're going to call a check. He's arguing the call, but I really can't see how. I think they're going to call.
They're going to get both of them?
Oh, yeah, no, never mind. He was just going to the bench. But, yeah, so that's going to be a penalty on number 24, Jack Fortescue, and South Carolina will get their second power play of the night. So this is a golden opportunity for the Gamecocks to really, they can net a goal here. That's a huge momentum boost for them, and they already have a surplus of momentum. Oh, and the beer tower fell. Sad face.
Sad face.
South Carolina won the face-off. John Riggins with it. At the blue line is Marvin. Marvin looking for Flaherty. Flaherty back across to John Riggins. Now Flaherty again.
Just keep the puck moving here. Keep it hot if you're the Gamecock power play. Spread out.
Riggins in the corner. Flaherty over to Marvin. Marvin looking for a shot. It's going to bounce off of a Florida skater and roll out of the zone. So Flaherty will have to scoop it up, and the Gators will make a change. Quarter of the way through this power play. We got 9:18 remaining in the period. Colin Reed with a nice little move. Reed back to Flaherty. Working on the boards is Brendan Flaherty. Now Tommy Marvin. Back to Flaherty in the corner. Top for Riccitelli. Riccitelli with a shot and a glove save by Zach Shield. Really like the passing I'm seeing from South Carolina in the first minute of this power play. 9 minutes on the dot remaining in this third and final period.
Yeah, it's been a very defensive game, so it kind of feels like we're at the point, you know, maybe not yet, but once you get to that 7, 6, 5 minute mark, that's when it starts to feel like the next goal could really change the outcome for either side. If Florida gets that goal and ties it up, they've got all the momentum here in the final 5 minutes of the third. They actually have 9. But if the Gamecocks can get one more pretty soon, that could be a dagger. Not officially. but they'll be in a much better spot than they were 2 periods ago.
Now South Carolina working on offense. We got 42 seconds left. Riccitelli at the blue line. Riccitelli risks a shot, and it goes just wide of the net, trying to get a deflection in front. I believe that's Dunphy with it at the moment. Feed in front, shot in front, and Zachary Shields somehow has to twist his body like a pretzel, but able to get his glove on. 26 seconds left in the power play.
Yeah, 24 saves for the freshman from Parkland, Florida, Zachary Shield. Had a solid night. Gamecocks are still knocking on his door, though. They are not letting up.
South Carolina wins the faceoff at the blue line with it. Feed across to his man, flat pass across. Trying to rip a shot, they can't. Able to maintain possession. Riccitelli at the blue line, lost it for a second. Now Van Molen with it. Bit of a lofter there. Riccitelli winds up with it. Pass all the way across. And now feed in front, shot just wide. And that was a beautiful opportunity there, and the power play is officially over. 0 for 6 on the power play all throughout the night.
Yeah, both teams combined. Well, like man advantage, you're supposed to have the advantage, but the PK has been solid for both these teams tonight.
No, I'd say it was a strong power play for South Carolina, though, really putting a lot of pressure on the Gators. A few tough shots and some nice saves there from Zachary Shield. You know, you can't let the first 25 seconds of this period define his game. He's been playing lights out for the Gators.
Oh, absolutely. And same for Florida. I'm sure South Carolina was a little, you know, holding their breath for a while there. Florida has had 4 man advantages tonight, so they've definitely given some scare to the boys in black.
Nico Tashin had an opportunity there, but fell to the ice. It's going to go all the way back to Tamoyan. Tamoyan will be extra careful after he saw it from the other goaltender. Pass across, Stickley working with it now. Some good stick work from Stickley. He's able to bring it all the way in. Stickley in, shot off of Zachary Shields' chest.
That was beautiful from Stickley, though. Took his time clearing the zone, killing a few extra seconds, and then really just kind of coasted in and never broke stride. Beautiful coast-to-coast play by Stickley.
Now here's Calabrese working in for Florida. Shot in front, broken up by the South Carolina defense. Still in the zone for the Gators. Dumps it into the corner. Florida really itching for a goal here. They trail for the first time tonight. A lofter that finds its way out of the zone. A good job there. And now that pass is going to find its way out of play. And it is getting loud here in the Plex. Yeah, there really isn't a better place to be on a Friday night. We got Cock Hockey. If you're hungry, we got some so-so pizza and a pretzel.
It's been a great night. It's been great to be back in the broadcast booth with you, Calvin. I know we're shooting our show the next few weeks and over the next couple semesters, so that's always fun. But, man, nothing fires me up than being in this booth on a crowd like tonight. On a night like tonight with the crowd we have here. That's what I would say.
Yeah, there really isn't a better environment than this as John Riggins works with it behind the net.
And don't tell me the South
never
likes
a steal here
hockey.
for Florida. Shot just wide. South Carolina got a bit lucky there. It was Fortescue who really made some noise there offensively for the Gators. If that shot was on, I wasn't sure if Tamoyan was ready for it.
Yeah, so now we're in that 5.5-minute range where Florida's getting a little bit desperate. They need a goal here to keep this game going. Their forecheck is starting to get a lot more aggressive, but this can happen and result.
Here's Riggins in. Riggins with a shot off of Shield. It's still in play. DuBois rips it just wide. Now at the blue line. Shot here off of the blocker of Zachary Shield. It's up for grabs in the corner. I don't think anybody saw it. Riggins got there for a second, but now Florida will go to work offensively. He just dumps it into the zone. Under 5 minutes to play in the final period. South Carolina leads 3-2. Van Molen loses it. The Gators will go back. Good switch here for South Carolina. Here's a deep shot from the wing, and Tyler Tamoyan gloves it out. Oh! A big hit there in front of the net. I feel like they got to call something there. I can't really defend South Carolina. So I'm not going to, but I'm going to talk about how great of a save Tyler Tomoyan just made there. Another fantastic glove, and that glove has just been a magnet for that puck in this whole period and in the last few minutes of the second.
Can I just talk about his setup?
You can.
Look, it looks so old school, but I love it. I love like the all brown, looks very leather-like, and he's flashing that leather with how quick his glove hand has been tonight.
Yeah, he doesn't care if he's matching. He just wants to play some hockey, and I love it. As that one trickles out of the zone.
For the love of the game.
Oh, we're all here for the love of the game.
Oh, yeah.
People say you don't love hockey down south. Clearly haven't been to a cock hockey game because it's pretty awesome. This puck will find its way all the way back towards Zachary Shield. They're going to call him icing on South Carolina with 4:18. A huge shout out to whoever's running aux tonight at the Plex. Some great music so far, and now some cheering for, I'm not quite sure what.
Another can added to the tower that they've rebuilt.
I'm trying to, oh, the one over there. So we have 2 towers going on at the moment. One of them has fallen. I think we have some more in the standing rooms, or I don't know, maybe they're just drinking all of those beverages, but.
College town, I'll tell you.
We love it here.
4 minutes left. This is a big couple possessions here, and Florida's going to give Carolina a lot of trouble here. Eventually, they're going to pull their goalie, get a man advantage, where both teams combined have been 0 for 6, winning an extra guy tonight. But it's about to get really, really important for Carolina here to hold down their defensive front.
Yeah, it's getting to the do or die point, but a nice pass there. Now here comes Baxter. Baxter working his way in, trying to feed him in front, but the Gators just causing too much traffic in front of the net. Florida working their way in. Trying to get everybody there, but a steal from South Carolina. And a feed up for Baxter, a 2-on-1 for the Gamecocks. Baxter in, wrist shot, and it hits the post! You love to hear that. Doink is a goalie, but you hate to hear it as the forward. Baxter with a beautiful shot, just a hair off the net.
But here's Colin Reed again on the forecheck.
Yeah, Colin Reed. He's
first one in.
Great all night. He might not be popping up on the stat sheet, but here's a shot in front, blocked by the Gator defenseman. Riggins working his way in, fighting for that puck in that corner, kicks it over to Colin Reed. Reed back to Riggins, now to Flaherty. Flaherty setting up a shot, and it's blocked by Zachary Shield.
And Shield barely got a touch of that with the blocker, just nicked the bottom corner of it, keeping this a 1-goal game.
And that puck sneaks past Flaherty, so the Gamecocks will have to get back on sides, as I think they'll try and make some changes. Riggins with the puck, just trying to send it behind the net for Reed. Reed unable to get to it, so the Gators will get possession back, and they'll start making their move into offensive territory. A good block there by Riccitelli.
Shield is starting to look towards the Gators bench with 2 minutes here left in the third. Expecting him to be pulled very soon.
Yeah, time's really flying by right here. I was kind of watching the game. All of a sudden, I look over at 2 minutes left. So a 1-goal game, 1:59 remaining. The Gators trying desperately to tie it up. South Carolina's defense trying to hold strong. Tyler Tomoyan, a brick wall in between the posts for the Gamecocks in the past, say, 25 minutes of the game.
Yeah, timeout from Florida here. They're going to talk this one over, get their first line out there. Don't think they'll pull Shield yet, but it's coming soon. I mean,
yeah, I expect around the minute 30 mark.
Yeah, you read my mind. And so 3-2 game. Oh man, this is coming down to the wire.
Absolutely, they have to be extra careful. The Gators have to be, because South Carolina has just been able to get possession back and make some great steals in the defensive zone and loft it all the way down into theirs. So they got to make sure that if they're pulling Shield, it's at a perfect time.
In the last few possessions that Florida has had where they try to go through the neutral zone, they've had a lot more looks here in the final 9 minutes of this period, but they've turned it over a couple times too. What Carolina has to do is just hold down their fort, don't go lunging at pucks, don't get beat, especially once they pull Zachary Shield in about 20, 30, 40 seconds. force them to make a turnover like they have been, but again, make them come to you and make that mistake. Don't try and lunge. Don't just overcommit to something and get beat and give them a 6-on-4 headed right at your goalkeeper who's been stellar tonight.
Absolutely. And South Carolina trying not to make the same mistakes that they did against Georgia just 2 weeks ago, where they let in a goal in the waning minute to lose 4-3, as they're going to blow that dead. Not really sure what happened there. I think just two guys got tangled up, so they're going to redo the face-off. Minute 57 remaining now. So we got some Hootie and the Blowfish playing. Now Florida. Horwitz with a shot for the blue line, and oh, it was so close to trickling in, but Tamoyen able to knock it away at the last second. Empty net now for the Gators. Oh. Shot in front, and oh, he just hit the post. Unbelievable, he ripped that. And it hits the post, bounces out of play.
Nicholas Ho cannot believe that just happened. He just dropped his head immediately, and I don't blame him. A golden opportunity right on the doorstep. Tamoyen never saw that coming. He couldn't even get his head turned around before Nicholas Ho got that slap shot off the crossbar and out of play.
Yeah, that might be the best opportunity we see for the Gators in the remaining of this game. Here's Horwitz already with 1 goal on the night. Trying to get number 2 to tie the game. A feed in front for Ho, and he can't get a stick on it. Now another pass in front. South Carolina able to knock it out of their zone. Racing back with an empty net is Colin Reed. But the Gators will get to it first. Regroup with a minute 13 remaining. Florida trying to work their way back into the offensive zone. Feed in, stopped by Tamoyen behind the net, but not able to get a good stick on it. As here's Ho, who had it for a second. He loses it. Gators back with possession, has a man across, it's Fortescue. Fortescue looking for a pass in front. Rebound there. Shot in front of the net. Tamoyen's on his bum. And they're able to keep it out of the net. Cats with a pass in. Rolls just wide. Tyler Tamoyen flopping like a fish in between the posts. Somehow able to keep it out of the net. Here's another feed in front, blocked by the South Carolina defense. Here's another feed. Here's a shot. It rolls just wide. 30 seconds remaining. Fortescue at the blue line with 25 and counting. Fortescue. Calabrese back to Fortescue at the blue. Calabrese working his way in from the wing. Shot blocked, and it rolls off of the boards. Here's Riggins able to knock it out. Opportunity for Reed. Colin Reed hits the post. 9 seconds remaining. Fighting for it in that corner. Colin Reed, open net. He hits it. Empty net goal for South Carolina, and that's gonna seal it. With 3 1/10 of a second left, the Gamecocks take a 4-2 lead and ice this game. Colin Reed has been in the offensive zone all night, putting pressure on the Gators, and finally fighting for that puck in the corner with a Gator on top of him, able to get up, put that puck in the net, and that is pretty much going to seal it. What a game it has been. A sigh of relief for the Gamecocks, and pretty disappointing loss for the Florida Gators.
Gamecock goal scored by number 4, Colin Reed.
Unbelievable finish to this game.
And you can hear the crowd. They definitely stuck this one out. Gamecocks back to 500. They pick up a huge win over Florida. And we're not done yet, boy. We got a game on Sunday, bright and early at 10 a.m.
Absolutely. Austin will be there for that. But what a game this was for South Carolina. Trailed 1-0 after the first period, letting in an early goal in the second to trail 2-0, netting in a goal, making it a 2-1 game. A goal 14 seconds into the third period, and then another one 25 seconds in. Unbelievable finish to this game. Colin Reed knocks in the empty net goal, and bit of a chippy game it was. Huge shout out to both goaltenders for in this game. Tamoyen looked amazing. Zachary Shield, a freshman,
Shield had
bowling
29
out in his
saves.
Absolutely. I mean, what a game this was. You know, you got to feel bad for Shield. That shot that he let in the second one in the third period really was a tad questionable.
It kind of felt like that ultimately flipped it for good. I kept saying throughout the game that it was tilting. The ice was tilting in the Gamecock way, even though Florida had the lead. But just after those 2 goals, the roof came off this place, and it ended up being in favor of the Gamecocks.
And as we're seeing the handshake line here, unbelievable finish. This was such an exciting game. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for sticking with us through technical difficulties, any audio issues, any video issues we had. But we got a great crew tonight. Thank you all so much for the hard work that you put in, and thank you for checking in with us. I'm Calvin DeLude. That's Austin McConnell. We'll see you next time in SGTV. South Carolina wins it 4-2.